So if you have not heard of us, we are an expert and we have been dealing in the hybrid cloud management space for a long time. So that's our key differentiator. But we have also, we have been backed by Insight Partners, which is one of the largest equity firms. And we have acquired a couple of companies last year. And one of those companies kind of brought in a lot of expertise in the CloudBolt or the cloud cost management side of things. So currently we have hundreds of customers. Many of them come from the Fortune 500 spectrum. So we have been dealing with enterprises day in and day out. And our customers love us. Our net promoter score, which is an indication of how likely our customers are willing to kind of share or talk about us to their peers, we are leading that by 2.5 times. So we are very proud of that fact. We have a large solution or services that help our customers stay up front. We are also recognized by a lot of analysts. So Gartner has been referring us in their magic quadrants, and also the latest report that came out as one of the industry leaders. From the AWS standpoint, we have been the cloud management tools competency. We have achieved that also on the cost management side of things. So we are one of the handful companies globally who have that competency. On the VMware front, we have been the technical partner there as well. So again, we have been in this space for a long time. Would love to kind of talk about or understand about your journey. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask those. This slide kind of talks about how we help the customers, and the more, we think of it from the perspective that we help customers end to end, and that includes not just things like managing your multi-cloud hybrid cloud environment. So if you're using AWS or Microsoft Azure, we can definitely help you not just provision and self-service through our self-service catalogs, but we also help you cost optimize those, secure those using all our solutions. So we'll see a couple of like secure and cost optimized piece a little bit today, more leaning towards actually the cost optimization piece, but we also help customers integrate their different solutions, right? So we understand that you have multiple solutions that you're using, and you need one single platform from where you can address all those solutions. So for example, if you're using containers, if you're using Kubernetes or Terraform, how awesome would it be to have just one management platform for all those solutions? And that is what we help customers do. At the same time, we also help customers scale rapidly. So you are kind of in the midst of creating those unique differentiators for your company as against managing IT resources. So we take that burden away from you so that you can focus on your key strategic activities. So the topic that we are going to talk about today is more around cost management, cost optimization. So I think this slide depicts the challenges that customers are facing. And although this is more around the cloud, we are also seeing this kind of being part and parcel of the private cloud as well. So not just the public cloud. The three stats that you see, I'm sure that most of you can relate to that. The first stat kind of talks about how the current Gen 1 tool or current generation of cost management tools are hindering the engineers to take action. So it's always good to kind of see how you can optimize cost, where you're spending more and so on. But what about taking those actions, right? So in public cloud, you see that things move really fast. So if you're exporting all those reports onto Excel files, or you're scripting things, you might not be able to keep up. So almost 40% of engineers had quoted in the FinOps report that they cannot take actions against any recommendations that they see from the tools. The second key thing is more around the optimization, right? So again, taking actions help you optimize, but there's a lot of overspending that is happening in your environments. And I'm sure that depending on the persona that you are, like if you're a CIO, you are feeling this pain day in and day out. And if you're a developer, you're being asked about these things day in and day out, right? So and as a financial persona, you want to make sure that things are under control, you're not exceeding that budget. And that's what the third stat kind of talks about. So how can you adopt those best practices from the FinOps standpoint, that can help you streamline a lot of things. So 85% of the organizations indicate that they are addressing just the basic things, and they need to mature their practices more as time goes on. So that's what our cost management solution helps you do. We not just give you the comprehensive visibility across AWS, Azure, and VMware. We also give you a simple pane of glass from which you can take actions to optimize the cost. So we have seen our customers have reduced their spends by almost 40%, just by taking automated actions. And we'll see that today in the demo, how you can take those actions very easily. And the third piece that we help customers, which we might not touch upon today, but in the future webinar, we'll all talk about that, is around the security side of things. So making sure that you are compliant to all those security frameworks and standards like CIS or Center for Internet Security, or AWS well architected, or HIPAA or NIST, all those frameworks, how you can adhere to that. We also help with that.